I began to explore what these autoimmune disorders are. When you read about autoimmune disorder, medical science, they says that it's an autoimmune disorder where your own cells are working against you. This is when I started to explore why would my own cell work against me? What makes our cells, work against us? Now, all of us go through pleasant and unpleasant events as we grow up from our womb till today. It's been scientifically proven that a child in the womb also experiences emotions. So there are many events that have happened in our life which are pleasant and unpleasant. We revisit most pleasant events, but we normally do not revisit unpleasant events. Don't you remember most of the unpleasant events that have happened to you from childhood till now? Every time you try to recollect, let's say you recollect a very unpleasant event that happened about 20 years back. Apart from recollecting the event, don't you also feel the emotion that you went through at that time? You do. Isn't that proof enough that that emotion is trapped within you? But today, when you look back at it, that would have been a very silly incident. That would have been a very small incident that happened, but you reacted like that and it became very unpleasant. But when you recollect it, you still feel that emotion that you felt at that point of time. That means not only is the event trapped, but the level of your understanding at that time is also trapped. You do not understand it the way you understand it now. It is trapped at the level you understood it at that point of time. These trapped emotions within you is what is making the cells work against you. Now you will say, but doctor, I don't recollect unpleasant events every day. So why would I suffer? Agree? Though you're not remembering these events all the time, the fact that you're able to recollect it and feel the emotion means that it is stored somewhere in your conscious, subconscious, or unconscious mind. It has been scientifically proven that these unpleasant emotions cause chronic and incurable diseases within us. So these unpleasant emotions are trapped in some dimension, conscious, subconscious, or unconscious. You are not aware of it, but it is working against you from that dimension. Let me try and explain to you how these emotions can cause disease in us. I'm sure all of you are aware that your breath changes every time you are emotional. When you're scared, you breathe a particular way. When you're panicking, you breathe a certain way. When you're sad, you breathe a particular way. When you're angry, there's a change in the breath that happens, right? All of you would have noticed that. When the breathing changes, when the natural breathing changes because of these intense emotions, they change the vibration that is created by the breathing. These altered vibrations get trapped along with your emotions. And these vibrations are not in sync with your body's vibrations. So these altered vibrations will work against you. That is what is meant by your own self working against you. The only way that you can stop these cells from working against you is by releasing these emotions. How do we release these emotions? In order to do that, let's try and explore what an emotion is. This unpleasantness that I'm talking about can be caused in two ways. Number one, it can be caused because of your words or your action. Number two, it can be caused because of somebody else's words or actions. If you are the cause of an unpleasant event, today when you look at it, because of me, an unpleasant event happened. You feel guilt, you feel shame, you feel wretched, and these emotions will get trapped in you. If somebody else has caused an unpleasant event, you will feel anger, you will feel humiliated, you will feel cheated, betrayed, and these emotions get trapped in you. Remember, these emotions get trapped according to how you felt at that point of time. Today, when you look at it, it would have been a very silly thing, but then it is trapped at that level of understanding. So let's look at how we can release these emotions. Number one, if you revisit this particular events today and understand it with the wisdom that you have today, with the knowledge and the wisdom that you have today, okay, it was such a stupid thing, silly thing. I didn't need not have reacted it the way I reacted then. Slowly, in some people, these emotions might get released. The second way is to understand the perspective of all the people that are involved in that particular event. Now, let's say you're watching a movie. You're watching the movie in a witness mode. You understand the perspective of every character in the movie. You know why each one of them is doing what they are doing because you know it. You're in a witness mode. So you can revisit these events in a witness mode where you will know the perspective of all the people who are involved, including you. So that might give you a different perspective about the incident, and then slowly that might help you to release that particular incident also. Now, there's another way. Now, let me ask you one thing. Would you ever do or say anything if you don't feel that it is the right thing to do? Most of human beings, they don't do. We always do what we feel is the right thing to do. There are some people who might do what is not the right thing to do, but according to me, they are sick. There's something wrong with them. Now, every unpleasant event that has happened in our life because of our words or our action happened because at that point of time we thought that was the right thing to do. We would not do if it was not the right thing to do. But whatever happened at that point of time, we thought it was the right thing to do. Today, if you look at it, it may not have been the right thing, but at that point of time, it was the right thing to do. So, go easy on yourself. Stop suffering with shame, guilt, regret. It's all right. You did it because it was the right thing to do at that moment. Now, sometimes we say unpleasant things or we do unpleasant things when we are angry, jealous, sad. Still, at that point of time, that was the right thing to do. You need to understand that when we are angry, lustful, or at the peak of any emotion, the concept of what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad just disappears from our mind. We don't think. That's why most unpleasant things happens at the height of emotion. So you can go easy on yourself for what you did because you did it because it was the right thing to do at that moment. Now, many things happen because of others. So we need to understand that whatever somebody else did to us, for them, at that point of time, that was the right thing to do. So there's a change of perspective that you need to do. The whole point is not about what you did or what someone else did. It is about how you reacted. If you keep this concept in mind, it becomes easier to forget and forgive unpleasantness. And you can release your trapped emotions. I have prepared an hour-long guided meditation, an audio which is an hour-long guided meditation, which I have prepared particularly for people suffering from autoimmune disorders. Now, this will help and guide you to revisit the many unpleasant events in your life from the womb till date. I have made this audio in such a way that you will be able to remember not only the events that is stored in your conscious mind, but take you into relaxation so that you can even remember the unpleasantness that is stored in your subconscious mind. And I would be through the audio guiding you to help you release these emotions. It is a very intense 1 hour audio. So I do not want to give it as an open this thing because it has to be done under supervision. So I'm going to leave my phone number with a WhatsApp. If you can reach out to me on WhatsApp, I will share that with you so that you can be in touch with me in case you need any assistance or something. I'm also going to share my Insta page because on my Insta page, I regularly post different perspectives of different diseases, and I'm sure it would help you in your thinking process. And whatever is the latest, I try to post it. You can be in touch with me through that.